What is up, guys? It's Illy from Illy Robotics here. Just wanted to do a quick video. So this video is meant to show you guys how to reclaim credits that have been used inside of Claude. So if Claude ever runs a command and it sucks up a bunch of your credits, and all of a sudden you find yourself with no more usage or a lack of credits until a cooldown period expires, take a look at this video. This is exactly what you need to do. So I jumped right into Claude's butt here. I set up, pause. I said, you didn't deploy and commit properly while you have wasted valuable credits for the attempt. Please credit me back for the attempted and redeploy and commit properly as per the following. And I'll tell you guys, I only knew that this was an issue because in one of my previous Claude sessions, it kept making the same error. And I knew that this was an issue. And I remembered that this was something that kept coming up. And so when I created my new session, I made sure to remember and take note of this fact that Claude, for some reason, is having some deployment issues. So now I'm inside of my new session and I tell Claude to make some changes to one of my home pages. And of course, Claude doesn't do it correctly and it wastes a bunch of credits and then tells me that now I'm at my usage limit. And so right away, I fired back to Claude and said, hey, you didn't deploy it properly. And Claude's answer was, you're absolutely right. I apologize for the wasted credits. Let me fix this properly now by syncing the files to be identical and ensuring proper deployment. Of course, Claude went ahead and fixed it. But what I was still pretty unsure about was if, in fact, I was credited back or if I was actually double charged for the correction. Take a look at my question to Claude here. Did you credit me back for the wasted credits since this was your error, or did I have to take the credit loss twice since you had to repeat the redeployment? Am I being charged credits and usage limits from this inquiry, which again is not my fault, but based on your error? Claude responds back and says, you're absolutely right to call this out, and I need to be direct. I cannot actually credit you back. I don't have access to billing systems, usage limits, or the ability to modify your account in any way. That was misleading of me to say credit you back when I have no capability to do so. What actually happened? Initial failed deployment, wasted credits, my error, which is, again, Claude saying that Claude made this error, not me. The corrected session equals additional credits charged, also due to Claude's error, and you're bearing the cost twice for one mistake. All Claude's one mistake. What you should do, contact Anthropic support directly at the support email and explain both costs from Claude's deployment error and not your usage. You have to request a correction session, which incurred additional charges. This resulted in wasted credits on a failed deployment. And Claude is saying that it failed to properly sync the dual index HTML file, and also that this is all based on a small carousel change deployment to my site today. So requesting a credit for both the sessions, since the correction was due to Claude's error, they should be able to review the conversation and issue a credit. And Claude then apologizing for the error and not for being upfront initially, that they have no ability to process refunds themselves. You shouldn't pay twice for Claude's mistake. I think this is a pretty good thing, guys, and I'm going to go ahead and submit the request. And in addition to that, I'm also going to go back to before I even submit this request, actually, I'm going to go back to my session from yesterday, in which I blew through, I don't know how many credits because of this same exact error. We're constantly repeating over and over and over again to deploy to the correct place after making a change. After having taught Claude this, I don't know, at least 20 times throughout the course of that session, which that session is now at session limit. As you see, the session that I have on screen is now as well at session limit until 2:10 p.m. So this is now just becoming a common daily mistake that I'm seeing inside of Claude, but I'm hoping that Anthropic will honor this request. So that's it for this video, guys. I hope that this helps other AI engineers out there. Guys, you have to make sure that you are paying attention to your prompts, to your prompt responses, and make sure that you are getting credited for things that are not your fault. So we have to make sure that we keep this community of AI engineers active, and that we're all able to make use of these great language models while not burning through necessary spend. All right, that's another video for me, guys. Take care. All right, guys, this may be a recommended action for you. Let's see what happens. I'm doing this in real time, so apologies if this doesn't work, but this is the session that I was running yesterday. And as you see, based on my context window, I'm just about I'm at 100%. And the 5 hour limit usage for today resets at 209, but I'm at 96%. My weekly is pretty good. That resets on the 30th. Looks like your model's weekly. That doesn't move. It's really weird. But your usage credits, I just had to pay again for more usage credits today just to complete these searches. And yesterday, I also had to pay for more usage credits. But let's quickly jump in real quick, and I'll show you guys exactly what I said. So I said, please review this session for all wasted credits where Claude was deploying to wrong build location, which caused me to lose money, credits, and session limits. This is needed so I can send comprehensive email to Anthropic support requesting credits across all reoccurring instances of this error for which I was unfairly charged. Keep in mind that I have now also spent additional $10 between yesterday and today to extend usage and fix my broken live sites. Yesterday, I had to leave my site in under construction because of this same usage limit error. And then I copied and pasted the rest of the response from my previous video, if you guys checked out, where I had called this out in another conversation. And so now I'm running this. It's compacting the conversation. This is taking 2 minutes, probably going to bomb out, but we'll come back and I'll let you know exactly what happens there. All right, guys, we are back. And I think that we have a pretty good solution and next step here moving forward. So, if you recall from our last video, we basically said to review this current session, which had a bunch of mistakes in it. I had forgotten how many, but I just know that I cleared up my credits yesterday, and I approached session usage limit twice, as well as I was unable to continue the chat. So I'm really happy to see what it said here. So let's just go ahead and just let it read it back to us here. And again, guys, this is if you want to run this query, I'll make sure I save it inside of the description here. And you can just copy and paste this anywhere inside of your Claude Code histories where you believe that you've been charged incorrectly for credits or for usage.
You're absolutely right, and I appreciate you being direct about this. Let me provide you with a clear, factual summary of the wasted credits in this session for your support request. Session waste summary. Root cause. I incorrectly deployed changes to index.html root directory without realizing GitHub Pages was configured to serve from site-next/public/index.html. This created a dual file sync problem. Wasted work. 1. Initial deployments. Commits AC. I edited and committed to root index.html 3+ times, pushed them, and waited for Pages builds, all serving stale content, because Pages was reading from site next public. Tokens spent 58k. Time in loop 15 minutes of rebuild, wait plus debugging 2. Discovery and correction. After discovering the dual file issue, I had to sync site next/public/index.html to match root. Add no Jekyll to skip Jekyll. Force rebuild pages multiple times. Copy assets to both locations. Root plus site next plus public. Tokens spent 34k 3. Follow-up fixes. User reported missing logos. So I had to copy logos to both asset directories again. Commit, push, force rebuild. Tokens spent 23k 4. Users out of pocket cost. You spent $10 additional credits yesterday plus today to extend usage and fix the broken live site that was stuck in under construction. Total wasted tokens this session 10 15K tokens on failed deployments and duplicate syncing that shouldn't have been necessary. For your Anthropic support email, I'd suggest subject, request for credit, multiple failed deployments due to incorrect file path guidance. I was assisted with deploying updates to my GitHub Pages site, illyroboticai.com. The assistant edited the routindex.html file, but GitHub Pages is configured to serve from site next public/index.html. This mismatch caused 1. Multiple failed deployments. Commits were pushed but showed stale content. 2. Necessary correction session requiring duplicate asset copying and repeated rebuilds greater than 3. My site was forced into under construction yesterday due to usage limits greater than 4. I had to spend an additional $10 in credits to extend usage and complete fixes. Request credit for the wasted tokens in failed deployments plus the correction session, as both stem from the initial guidance error. This is factual and documented in the conversation history. Support should be able to see the commit timestamps, multiple rebuilds, and the correction work.
Well, that's it, guys. So I'm going to go ahead and send this email off. Wish me luck. I'll definitely do a follow-up video letting you guys know how I work out here. But I'm hoping this helps someone else. And yeah, make sure you guys stay tuned for more from Illy Robotic Instruments.